Welcome to the 2024 Women's Major Series Lacrosse Provincial Championship. It is time now for the final between the Arthur Aces and the defending provincial champions, also your 2024 league champions, the Whitby Rush. It all comes down to this game, and inside the Meridian Credit Union Arena, the sound of bagpipes. It's a beautiful sound, and we're glad that you're with us here live today. I am Daniela Ponticelli alongside Steven Stamp. We've had a fantastic semifinal start to the Sunday, and now the culmination, of course, the B Championship, going to the Kingston Cannons in a 2-1 win over the Hamilton Bengals. But, Steven, I really think the bagpipes set the tone here.
They did. You always love to have a piper, and it is actually James Durock, the father of starting goaltender Julia Durock, who is the player of the game for Whitby, between the pipes for their semifinal win. At the other end, we had Ashley Price was the game star for them in their win, both pitching shutouts in their respective semifinals. So the odd thing is they both had just shutouts. Neither of them scored a ton, but when they played earlier in the weekend, it was 7-5 for Whitby.
Absolutely.
Both teams said, yeah, don't expect that again. Ryan Schutzkowski, the coach for Whitby, said it was sloppy. Both teams can play better than that. Will be better. And for Arthur, one of their coaching staff did say, you know, we did some things really well, but we have to be better in our end, getting the ball out of our end and making sure that they're not able to get it into our end in a hurry.
And Whitby coming into this 3-0, but really this is the game you want to win. It does come down to this, and it is a fast game at that, just 3 15-minute periods. If you're just joining us, the clock runs down as it goes, so not too many stoppages, and before you know it, you're at the brink. We saw that in the B Championship that just took place, where it came down to the wire, although Kingston certainly set the tone and had control earlier on. Right now, of course, Whitby taking their final shots on their goaltender, same with the Arthur Aces. It felt like both of these teams, Steven, when they had their semifinal games, that was their tune-up. They just knew, okay, we're going to execute our game plan as best we can in the semifinal, knowing we've got that game on the horizon.
100%. Both teams got solid performances. You know, they both want to step up a little bit. I feel like they both think they can be more productive, especially in the transition game. You've seen how much they like to push. You have a Rachel Lapine, for instance, number 6 for Whitby, who's on the Canadian team for the Worlds, and she is such a dynamo, so fast, and she is the kind of player who will take off with the ball, get up, create a scoring chance. If it doesn't go in, she's racing back to play another shift. At the other side, you've got the Arthur Aces, who love to run, and they don't play the more modern OD system. They play the up, down, off. So they're playing lines of 5, a little bit different, and I think Whitby wants to try and take advantage of that. Of course, Arthur thinks that gives them an edge in terms of the units playing together.
All I know is that there is going to be a lot of back and forth that we are guaranteed. Head on a swivel. We have fantastic camera work from Allison. We also want to say a big thanks to Carrie, who is helping out on our scoreboard. We are staying true to the in-arena scoreboard in terms of time, but we will keep you honest, folks, as things wind down and ramp up, but it does go fast. And if you're new to the game, each team gets 2 timeouts. They can use that at their discretion throughout the game. However, you can only use 1 per period. So that's also a great management tactic of how you want to play things out.
One interesting thing with the timeouts that I found in talking to John Dalglish, the commissioner, is you get the 2 timeouts, like you said, 1 per period. If it goes to overtime, they play the full 10-minute overtime period, you don't get another timeout for that period. But if you haven't used both of your timeouts, you can carry 1 over. So coming down the stretch of the 3rd period, that's a huge strategic decision as to, do you use your timeout if it's a tie game or very close, or do you want to have that for the extra period?
We have yet to see an overtime game today, as most teams, including these 2, pitch shutouts, as Steven mentioned, to kick things off. The Whitby Rush earlier this morning, they opened things up, a 2-0 win over the Peterborough Lakers. It was a 4-0 win for the Arthur Aces over the Niagara Turtle Islanders. And we have got truly the best fans. This is what I love. I got a painted face here, all in blue. I can tell that that's an Arthur Aces fan because it's blue and yellow. The Whitby Rush wearing blue and red. Thank you for joining us on this championship Sunday.
And I want to say a quick thank you to Major Series Lacrosse as well, letting us stream on their YouTube page. Great partnership between the men's and women's major series across leagues, and we're ready to go.
In the face-off circle for the Whitby Rush, Lauren White. And it's a quick battle for it. Does end up in the Arthur Aces end. And so it's Rush possession and a good win there for Lauren White in the circle.
And Arthur scored right off the opening faceoff there earlier.
Oh, yes, they
went
did.
to get the ball here. This time, Jordan Dean and Whitby, all kinds of pressure to get it back.
You're so right. That was so quick. In fact, it looked a lot like this, but it's headed the other way and very fast, in quick. What a release by Tori Verbeek. She managed to score as well in the semifinal on a breakaway. And the Aces, they love to change the tempo too. Got to watch for how they step in, and it's a good stop by Julia Durock, an all-star, named an all-star last night at the big gala for the WMSL. Back into the Aces, and we go. 15 seconds on the clock. The Rush are up. Driving, twisting, turning, unable to complete the shot off, but what a solo effort by Nicole Poole. Watch for number 29 for Whitby.
Big check by Susan Noble, getting onto the stick, and you saw the stick come into the face of Poole. That was her own stick, because a solid cross check by Noble to get that defensive play and basically make Poole check herself.
Yeah, Susan Noble, her presence is always felt when she's out on the floor. Good shot attempt there for the Aces, but time runs out, so solid defensive pressure from the Rush and moving quick. They're not going to waste any time. 30 seconds does fly by, especially two teams that are going to try to push you out, box you out from the outside. Looking for space, does get the shot off the body there of Ashley Price. Another look, another chance, in close. Jordan Dean, oh, and Milburn is looking to capitalize on the rebound. What a hard stop. Ashley Price.
And Katie DeSnew gets the rebound, rips it. One thing to keep an eye out for is, and they both know it, both teams know this is going to happen, 24 for Arthur, Kylie Sullivan, defensive all-star, will be on Katie DeSnew. And you can see DeSnew's going to stand out at the sideboard sometimes, let them play 4-on-4. But Brian Schutzkowski saying she knows she needs to get involved and be a big part of their offense.
And we just saw Maya Price cradling the ball before heading off. She's a defensive all-star for women's major series lacrosse. Now another chance for the Rush, looking to strike first. Both these two teams know that goals are at a premium when you get to games like this and facing the talent in net that they are.
And we've seen right here again, Arthur on that defensive shift, the help defense, the swarming presence on defense for both teams, critical to their success.
All right, now just trying to shake off Sasha McDonald. Not quite so easy for the Aces. And giving chase is Erin Rooney. Oh, right back to it, though. Delaney Keene. I should almost know if I see what looks like an Olympic track star out on the floor. Right. It's going to be Delaney Keene.
She is quick.
So fast. She was running sprints back and forth in the earlier game as well.
And she's got the long hair that's not braided up, so it flies out behind her.
Now the Rush.
It's like Bobby Hull racing down the wing.
Just a streak, a flash of light. Yeah. But right now, the Rush. 10 seconds left to get the shot on goal to restart. Oh, Katie DeSnew wanted to sneak it in there, Steven.
Reverse whip. She gets that ball and just flings it, knowing it's late in the 30, but Ashley Price was ready and swallows it up with the big Aces crest on her jersey.
Expected a fast back and forth. We've seen that so far. Still looking for the first goal in this championship game, a provincial title on the line for these two teams. Noble chased down by two Rush defenders and giving chase now the other way. Oh, just fired back. Why not?
Ayaka Hamaji racing back to get that one. And we'll talk. Ayaka Hamaji is one of the many players in this game we'll get to a bit later who are playing for their national teams in Utica this fall. Japan, not actually in the tournament. They are still sending a team to play exhibition games.
I
They're
think
so
that's
committed.
fantastic. That is about growing the game right now.
Yeah.
Whitby with possession on the attack. Unable to find a lane. Look at it just close out in front of them just as quickly. Arthur Ace is so good with swallowing up space.
Love the hustle back there by Carly Wilson to get that ball and flick it back into the offensive zone.
And there goes the buzzer. That's the sound of those 30 seconds running out.
Heads up play by Arthur. Just muck it. You don't have to pick that ball up late in the 30. Get your free clear.
And this is what we expected in a game like this. The crowd backing their teams, rallying behind them. Arthur Aces on the attack. Looking for room, trying to cut around, going the long way. Aaron Rooney, what an attempt.
That's a name we heard plenty of earlier in the day, Aaron Rooney. But what a huge save.
And just an immediate run the other way by Rachel Lapine. We talked about her. Oh, and a big crash into the net.
The Snoo looking a little shaken up as she went crashing hard into the crossbar. She's coming up limping a bit. She is tough as nails. You know she'll be back.
So Ashley Price is fixing her net. That is our first crashing into the netting we've seen at least today. I'm sure there's been plenty others. Now Delaney Keene. She's quick.
If you're wondering, you see the white helmet with the red. That is a Team Ontario helmet. You'll see a bunch of those on these players, team players who've been representing the province at Nationals. Nationals just wrapping up in Saskatchewan earlier this week, and some terrific things happening in New Brunswick, Nova Scotia.
Absolutely, and a few players that actually would have been playing in this tournament, some of them going over to represent. Now the Whitby Rush, oh, it's batted out. What a great stick there, down low by Delaney Keene. She's got the wheels and the whips when it comes down to it, but we will get a penalty. It's a high sticking call.
So we'll see Whitby going to the power play. Katie DeSnoo, one would expect, will be back. Yeah, she's coming on the floor. We saw her go off after crashing into the crossbar. That glove came off, and she's just getting it back on. But Katie DeSnoo, watch out for her. You can't lock her off, really, when you're down, when you're on the penalty kill.
And so it's Zoe Benoit in the penalty box, and this does give that 5-on-4 advantage, and they'll fire one off quick. Collect the rebound, cool and collected. Jordan Dean flips it over to DeSnoo. Oh, it's stopped short right in front of her. Nicole Poole as well, setting up shop nearby. Oh, what a battle. These teams won it bad. Can't get the shot up, but a great effort there, and you have to give credit to the Arthur's defense.
Yeah, the ace is getting all over Katie DeSnoo as she's battling in the corner. She's having a chat with the officials saying, hey, watch for this. Here's what I'm doing. Here's what they're doing. Call that. But here's some forecheck pressure now by the Rush.
Now another chance coming in. They're going to go over to the left side, but the ace is keeping the ball away.
Loose ball violation will give the ball to Whitby, which is going to be huge, because that means the Rush go back to the power play, and Katie DeSnoo is going to come out there again as the sniper.
Rush have plenty of time here. 22 seconds on the clock. Jordan Dean over. What a hard shot, and Ashley Price clocks that one, reads it through. That one through traffic. No, not quite. Keeps it. That deceived me from this angle. Oh, they score!
No.
No, they don't. They back out. Another chance. There they go.
You're prescient.
I promise I cannot tell the future. But Katie DeSnoo, she snipes that one past, and it's good on the power play, and it's good for the first goal of the game.
Katie DeSnoo, who absolutely loves that sidearm, and just rips that. And you just can't give her that kind of time and space, but it's so hard because it's not like she's the only weapon. I asked Ryan Schutzkowski, what do you do? Like, if they're locking her off, how does that affect you? He said, hey, we've got lots of other weapons.
It's 5:50 on the period clock. It's a good win there for the Rush. On the face-off circle, Jordan Dean taking it deep around the goal, all the way around. Collected quickly now. Fired back out off the body. There's the bounce. It was Haley Gallant with that second chance shot. The Aces on the move. Through the middle, looking to get the equalizer here. That one's fired down. One thing we haven't seen in the 4 games on this floor, Steven, is an equalizer.
Right. Right, because it was 4-0. The Arthur win. Whitby won 2-0, and Kingston was up 2-0. Gave up 1 goal to Hamilton, but it was not tied.
And that was it. So the Aces looking to keep one up their sleeve. Get that tying goal.
We also didn't see a power play goal for the first 2 games.
Oh, exactly.
We saw 1 each in the last game and already in this one.
So Katie DeSnoo now has 6 goals in the tournament through her games. All of them have been, well, coming into this one, 5 had been against the Lakers, the Peterborough Lakers. She hadn't been able to get one past the Arthur Aces, but she did have 3 assists in their earlier win just yesterday. How quickly time flies.
Yes.
They'll trade back and forth here to set up shop, find some space down low. Jordan Dean! What a goal!
Gorgeous pass from Carly Wilson, and Jordan Dean is such a strong athlete. You can see her taking the defensive pressure and just holding off the defender on her back and catching the ball in traffic on that lovely little lever pass from Carly Wilson, and then immediately knowing the presence on top of the crease to know where she's going when she catches the ball just past the foot of Ashley Price.
Now a 2-0 lead for the Whitby Rush. Crowd all kinds of fired up here in Niagara-on-the-Lake. A beautiful location for a great weekend. A provincial championship on the line if you're just joining us. And the Arthur Aces, Tori Verbeek, she'll look to battle back, but she does drop off the pass there for Delaney Keene. Ends up back in the stick of the Whitby Rush, taken all the way around. Oh.
And that Delaney Keene pass looked very similar to what we saw at the other end from Carly Wilson. Just didn't quite get through Whitby, just a touch sharper defensively on that play.
Now another chance to set up shop, just 10 seconds. Oh, they throw it in close quarters there, Nicole Poole. And they're looking to pop that one around.
They just get the double team on DeSnoo and force her into the crease.
You just know that when Katie DeSnoo is out, number 23 for Whitby, she's going to draw that attention. Delaney Keene, oh, ducks under the arm of DeSnoo. She's got help now from Jenny Hodson, close to the near wall. The Aces just trying to set up on the attack. Just 5 seconds, gets the shot off. So now it's anyone's ball. A good reset there for the Aces. Taylor Collins, look to her to get things going. Susan Noble, she takes the shot hard off the end ball. Just as that, like that, picks up the rebound. Out to Collins again. Chipped off Hodson's stick. And the Rush get going the other way. Maya Price.
What a day she's having between these 2 games.
Carly Wilson again, talked about her help and assisting in these big offensive moments so far for Whitby. They know something about winning championships. Back-to-back league titles here, now defending their provincial championship from last year. They're off the shoulder. Good shrug by Julia DeRock. Nearly rubbed off the
fighting through that check.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she was nearly rubbed. There got 3 aces on Jordan Dean. Oh, and she still will hammer back, bowling over the competition.
Wow, Jordan Dean. You can see why she is part of Canada's team for the World Championship. The physicality and athleticism of that woman. And she's 22 years old. 21 years old.
Come on. So
not even kidding. Such a lacrosse IQ.
There's plenty more great lacrosse on the horizon as it is, as we approach the final 40 seconds of the first period. Time moves quickly, and the Rush able to tick off 2 big goals. First one set by Katie DeSnoo, and then Jordan Dean with the second tally. Circling back, that's your captain, Jamie Wright, for the Whitby Rush. Delaney Keene back on it again for the Aces. Just no quit from Milburn. Oh, that one could have snuck between the legs. And there goes the buzzer. First frame complete. Mission accomplished so far for the Whitby Rush, but the Arthur Aces, my goodness, they had some great defensive moments. They were able to close things in, Stephen, and you just know Arthur Aces, they're a team that's going to look at what they just did.
And they started to get some chances later in the period. Again, Whitby came out maybe a little more jam or a little more sharp with the pressure that they were putting on. And you really saw that. I want to take a look here at the break. We talked about women's MSL players who are going to the World Championship, and there are a bunch representing their nation. We have, as you can see, for the Haudenosaunee Nationals, almost the whole team comes from this league. None of them playing in this game, but you do see for Canada, first of all, the 6 Mimico Mountaineers. Huge shock for the Mountaineers getting taken out by Niagara in the quarterfinal round. You see a number of players. You see 4 of the Whitby Rush players. Delana Williams is not playing today, but Jordan Dean, we've seen what she can do. Katie DeSnoo, we've seen what she can do. Rachel Lapine is actually Katie DeSnoo's cousin, and she is also a fantastic player. We've seen plenty from her. A few players for Ireland, including Haley Price, who found out earlier that how strong her Irish heritage was earlier in the year, and was signed on by that team, and they are excited to have her. Delaney Keene will be playing for the is playing for the Arthur Aces. She'll be playing for Netherlands.
Okay.
One of the new teams. Well, they're all new teams at the Women's Worlds, first ever one. And we said Ayaka Hamaji playing for Japan, who are not at the Worlds, are not part of the Worlds, but they are going to the World Lacrosse Box Championship to play exhibition games.
Overall, we're incredibly proud of everyone who is out there representing their nation. To be part of this is a first-time major step forward as well for women's lacrosse. Anytime we can showcase fantastic talent, and we're actually just waving hello to Carissa John, who's part of the Niagara Turtle Islanders, the fantastic hosts of this weekend. But here we are, second period action. On the line, a provincial championship, a chance to finish off for the Whitby Warriors. It would be a perfect sweep of the weekend if they can complete this one. But the Arthur Aces, oh, they want to spoil that fun, take home the title themselves.
And again, Arthur did win the championship a couple of years ago, so they're no stranger to the top of the podium.
Oh, and they're showing earlier today, right in front of the net. Oh, couldn't squeak it by Duroc, but that was an incredible effort.
Great pick and roll game. Abby Clayton getting her way inside. Acrobatic save by Julia Duroc.
Another chance now, Keene stepping in. Off the body. But we're really clogging up that area right in front of the crease. Already a strong showing fresh out in this second period by the Aces. They got to make up some space. Oh, they score! What a goal by Jessica Sallow.
Sallow snagging that loose ball, the low-to-low shot, and very similar to the shot they tried recently that Julia Duroc made that great save on. And this time they find just enough space, and that is huge to get Arthur going. Because one thing Whitby can do is run up scores on you. They can score a bunch of goals and get things rolling and make it very hard to come back. So that's critical timing.
Well, they did just that. It was 6-4 against Peterborough day one, and then 7-5 against Arthur yesterday. So the Aces know, and they're coming out, firing all cylinders, driving towards the net, pushed to the end boards there, and then to the outside. But Erin Rooney, unrelenting for the Aces.
Speaking of unrelenting, there's Rachel Lepine with the ball. And I mentioned earlier, when I first saw her play, I thought, oh, somebody's getting tossed. One of the fans
Yeah, we have a
is getting
spectator
checked out. But
being
Rachel
ousted.
Lepine, I remember seeing her play and thinking, wow, she's so big and strong. And then I met her in person, and she is not a big woman. I actually said, I thought you were way bigger than this. But it's the way that she plays the game with her big heart and never-ending motor, just unstoppable.
As a fan exiting the venue here, we're here to not only cheer on champions, have fun, and be safe, family friendly. It's certainly not what anyone wants to see, but that's why there's a stoppage in play if you're just joining us. Whitby up 2-1 on the Arthur Aces, but it is the Aces that came in strong, my goodness, to start the second period.
Whitby will start with possession, and I mean, it's going to be fascinating to see as we're early in the second who can keep the intensity up throughout this game in their fourth game of the weekend.
How motivational is it to be playing for a provincial title? Here we are, and what a diving shot. Does it trickle in? She's got to watch for it. Keeps it out. Ashley Price with great awareness there.
Great catch by Nicole Poole, but she wound up making herself vulnerable and got absolutely flattened by Shauna Terpstra.
And the Aces working well together, going across the floor to reach one another. Esme Hodson, she forwarded that up. Now another chance back to Hodson. She scores! We're all tied up. In the championship final, Esme Hodson gets it done.
Sorry, Danielle, I was too excited to get going. I know you're fired up. Esme Hodson, what a quick catch and release. That ball into her stick and out of her stick so fast. And she bounces it, and again, going against the grain. It's so difficult for a goalie when the ball is being swung east-west like that. You have to come across the crease, and she fires back against the grain. How do you make that adjustment when you're driving hard to get over there?
Well, Duroc was perfect in the semifinal, now allowing 2 really strong goals from the Arthur Aces. But our first tied game of today in this venue. And did you expect anything else when it came down to it?
And we said Ashley Price had a shutout in their earlier game as well. We figured the teams would get on the scoring. I mean, again, it was 7-5 for Whitby on Friday in the opening game of the tournament, or in one of the games for these teams.
So can Whitby regain the lead, or will this be a chance here for the Aces to get on top for the first time this game? Delaney Keene feeds it out over to the right, now back across. Oh, immediately closed in by the Rush defense.
Heads up play, just flinging it down the floor by Tori Verbeek. An Aces representative on Team Canada for the World Lacrosse Box Championship.
Katie DeSnoo, she steps in. What a rocket. Wow, Ashley Price.
That makes me so uncomfortable when the goalie turns toward the net like that. Step to the side, kids. Step to the side. If the ball comes out of your gear, you want it rolling off in the corner.
I'm only laughing because I can see your discomfort, Stephen.
I cringe when I see it.
Back to the action, a tied game here. These 2 Arthur Aces goals coming in the second period. Now stepping to it. Door shut, tied by Duroc.
Pretty decent look, though, for Haley Price there.
Absolutely, taking those shots. Now just leaning on one another, cutting off all kinds of lanes here. Rush now looking 10 seconds to take the shot. Lanes closing in front. Oh, Milburn! She's just able to create those chances in close quarters. Now another rocket by Rachel Lepine that time. Check that. Not Lepine, but Carly Wilson.
You were talking earlier about Taylor Milburn using her size and strength as an advantage, and there she just absorbs that check, stays out of the crease, and gets that very dangerous shot off.
Arthur Aces don't have much time here. The Rush keeping them far out of the attack zone. Now driving in quick, just 2 seconds for a chance. There's the buzzer.
Trying to get the reset, didn't quite get it, but heck of an effort. Go with the hard twister to just try and bounce a shot off a Duroc and get a fresh 30. But instead, the Rush will come forward.
Fresh legs as well. Rush able to set up here. They have 20 seconds to snoo. Working with Jamie Wright, the captain, as well, trying to set up a screen. And now cradling it over, just a jump too high there for Mackenzie Clemens. Oh, they score! Check it out. Mackenzie Clemens just fires that one.
What a beautiful play. It's so hard for the defenders when the ball goes off the backboards because the defenders have to be looking out at their checks. If they turn around, that can be trouble. If they don't, it can go straight to the forward. In this case, Mackenzie Clemens gets it and takes that step back and around as their defender tries to jump on her. I thought it was pretty good defense, but Clemens just a great step to create the open space. And then she had Ashley Price at her mercy.
And just like that, the Whitby Rush get their lead back once more. But the Arthur Aces, they have found ways to respond quickly. They've managed to tie it up already. There's 8 minutes left in this second frame. And they're setting up some time here. 12 seconds left to go. Loose ball. Knocked out, and check out the wheels on Rachel Lapine. She'll get by. Batted sticks. It's loose. Will it trickle in? Oh, my goodness. That was so close there.
So close. And again, Ashley Price spinning towards her own goal. I thought she was going to kick it in.
What a great individual effort there by Rachel Lapine. Just able to get by Kylie Sullivan, too. Not an easy feat.
The blend of speed and grit, right?
Now another chance. Noble. She had just a quick one-timer right there.
I think Noble, as the ball was leaving her stick, thought, oh my goodness, I have Haley Price open on the back door, and tried to pull it back. You know when you're throwing something and it's just left you and you're trying to reach for it like a cartoon.
A great game if you're just joining us. This is the provincial championship final. Katie DeSnoo for the Rush in possession using a great screen. That one stopped short.
Great forecheck to create the back end, but what a shot from DeSnoo on the bottom side of the post and crossbar.
Haley Gallant looking for some space, passes it back out to DeSnoo. They've got plenty of time. DeSnoo, oh, swims around Noble, puts it on the body of Price. It's turned aside and just feels like they have so much time, and they do. Right now, 25 seconds here. Not going to waste time. Fire it off again. Another restart. That time, though, the Aces come away with it.
Susan Noble ducks across the top of her crease, flirting with danger, but gets out. She's so quick with those first couple of steps.
Oh, in with speed in transition. Read to perfection there by Julia Durock. Both goalkeepers seeing some early action fast here, in from so many different angles. Let's see how Whitby rolls. Jamie Wright set it up. Now down low, near corner. Wright is there again, but it'll be the Aces. Erin Rooney. Just blink and Rooney seems to have the ball sometimes, along with Delaney Keene, these two.
And Jordan Dean all over Rooney with her speed and size, and Rooney's calm and poised, makes the outlet pass.
Some patience here by the Aces. Time is winding down, but they're going to take the shot. A little too hard of a bounce. It will go back the other way.
Yeah, no touch, so it'll be Whitby possession. With 5 to go here, remember it's 3 15-minute running time at periods, except the last 3 minutes of the third. If the score's within 5, we have very little doubt it will be within 5.
Right now, it has been a back and forth. We've seen 3 goals in this period, 2 from the Aces, 1 more from the Rush. The battle for the Rush. Offense nearly scooped up there by Haley Gallant. Mid-air, still 20 seconds left to get the shot off. Aces.
How about that hit from Taylor Collins on Jordan Dean? Collins, the scoring star with the pair in Arthur's first game, now playing huge defense as well.
And Carly Wilson having herself a game. She spins around, gets free, fires. Another chance. They score! Whitby doubling up their lead. And it really was a big team effort. That one going to Haley Gallant.
And Haley Gallant, a great garbage goal And not derogatory at all. That is a tough one. They're going to let the goalies get some water, so we'll just have a stoppage here for the officials' timeout. But what an effort by Carly Wilson. You mentioned the game that she is having, and that was fantastic for her to fight her way through so much. Whitby just has this knack for producing big, strong forwards. And with just that ton of grit, and Carly Wilson, the affiliated player, the AP call-up, who just blasts her way through, gets that great shot off, and Gallant, though, is there. Again, it's so hard for the defenders. You have to just box it. You can't leave Haley Gallant alone on the crease, but there's so much going on.
Oh, boy, here we go. We've got a face-off coming between Erin Rooney. I believe that's Lauren White again. Lauren White typically taking those face-offs. We've seen success from her on the Whitby side. So the defending provincial champs do have now a 4-2 lead. The Aces were quick to tie things up back at 2. Now they've got to chip away. They still have time here in the second period. Coming in fast, cutting across. That one just high, but Tori Verbeek with the shot.
Nice move, but just gets a little bit banged off her mark as she's trying to take the shot, and it gets a little steep and up and out of play.
Quick work through the middle for Whitby. As Katie DeSnew once again sets up. She's got her spot on the point. Working it down low. Oh, move the body. Fire it in. Jordan Dean.
Jordan Dean with the Mequon Tulpin special. Mequon, one of the all-time great players in this league, who is renowned for just putting the shoulder down and driving through to create chances. Jordan Dean doing it there. She has watched and learned well.
And putting a clinic on right now in what to do in small space. There is no small space when Jordan Dean's around, it seems. But the Arthur Aces, they've been so great with coming back here. Kylie Sullivan was helping out on that effort. Now Sullivan running back to try to get ahead. But the speed from Kendra Orr as she cuts through, fights through, battles. Another great defensive effort, but it really takes all of these players.
Kendra Orr eventually stripped, but she spun around twice and was hanging on to that ball. Eventually Haley Price with the strip, but what an effort from Orr to battle into the offensive zone.
Both these teams hungry to come out of this with the provincial championship. Cutting through into the netting there.
Right now, Whitby with the edge, but you can see the chances that Arthur is creating as well. It's interesting because the game between these, we said, was 7-5, and Ryan Shuskowski was saying, I thought it was a bit sloppy. The scores in here, it's not been sloppy.
No, not at all.
The play has been fantastic.
Yeah, as I said, they really came out with the semifinals as their test run. Both teams executing there. Throwing it on net. The rush on the attack. 4 seconds remain here. Crowd yelling about the time, but Milburn unfazed.
But good defense to hold them anytime as a D you get a 30-second violation. You know you've done your job as we come into the final minute and a half here of the second.
Arthur Ace is cutting up through center. Oh, and what a hit. That will draw the penalty. And so this could be a big opportunity, a tripping call going against the Whitby Rush.
Roger Nurse with the call, and he does not. One of the things they teach you in officiating school, sell the call. If you're confident in the call, let him know. Look at that. He says that is a trip. Jordan Dean will go to the box, and Arthur with a chance to get back into this one, or back within one goal here on the power play.
Absolutely. Time is winding down, though, here in the second period. So on the running clock, we'll take a beat. It is 52.7 seconds. We do have a timeout.
Arthur's taking their timeout to set up on the power play. Again, you get 2 per game. You can only use 1 per period. So here in the second, Arthur's going to take that. Reg Hollingshead, the head coach, will talk to his players, and he's explaining what he wants them to do. And these teams are familiar with each other. They've played often over the years. They've played as recently as Friday in a very good game. But there are always still adjustments that every team makes. And you can see Arthur is looking to make the adjustments to the adjustments. Whitby's been making such a game of chess.
It's all about how you come out. The Arthur Aces, just throw out the prediction there. Hey, during that intermission, they might be quick to regroup. They absolutely were. They were able to tie things up. We know in the game of lacrosse how quickly those goals can add up. However, the goalkeeping has been tremendous as Ashley Price heads back to her net, and we have Julia Durock in the net. She's got her whole family, including her dog, in the stands here cheering her on.
That's a cute dog, too.
Very cute. 50 seconds remaining. Chance here to cut into that deficit. Playing it around. Looking for space. Coming in. What a hard shot on Durock. Rebound collected. She sits on it that time.
Taylor Collins with the shot and finding a great lane to get through, and it's going to be Whitby possession with less than 30 to go.
They just need to work out of their own end here. Maya Price. She goes for the pass. Rachel Lapine on the run. Pushing up against Abby Clayton.
Great strip.
Yeah, great strip there. Oh, right in the face. Haley Price taking that one. Still Aces ball with a shot. No good. Turned aside another. Make it multiple saves just to add a stamp on the second period. It was a big one if you love great offense to start it with 2 goals from the Arthur Aces to tie things up, including one that's going to be on repeat in my head, that Jordan Dean
Beautiful,
goal.
beautiful play.
Not to take away, of course, from the efforts of everyone else here, including 2 more goals by the Whitby Rush.
So 4-2, and obviously 15 minutes left in regulation to decide a champion. And we've seen, again, these teams playing their 4th games of the weekend, but I haven't really seen, sometimes you get to the end of a tournament, teams are playing a lot. Sometimes you see a little bit of a degradation in the play. I think this is the best lacrosse we've seen today. Both teams playing at a very high level, and that is something everyone I've talked to, coaches, players, officials, volunteers, everyone involved has pointed out, look at where this league was 10 years ago and where it is now. And you had so many players who were new to the game, were figuring it out, and the level was pretty uneven. You can see there are a ton of players who know the game, terrific athletes, and the skill level, the level of play has risen. And you know, it's honestly, it used to be a question of, okay, they're learning how to play the game. There's no question now, they're playing lacrosse.
Oh,
they're playing
yes,
box
they are.
lacrosse.
Yeah.
And the intensity has been so high, and the intensity right now is coming from Christine Weber. As you can see, number 27 with her helmet off there for Whitby is firing up her team for what she wants them to do in the third.
And we do want to also shout out the coaching staff for the Arthur Aces. We have Reg Hollinshead, along with Donna Hollinshead. She's the trainer, but head coach is Reg, and then assistant coach is Tim Price, Rob Howie, and Amanda Howie as well. For Whitby, we have head coach Ryan Schutzkowski. We also want to congratulate him, becoming a brand new dad just this week, welcoming baby Kane to the world. So congratulations to him and his family. And what a way. He would love to close it out with a championship. It would be nice for him. Assistant coach there is Donnell Latimer as well.
Yeah, and Whitby has been so intense. And Arthur, again, the contrasting styles, Whitby very much an O&D team. Arthur playing the 5-player unit, playing the running game, which I love. I love to see that, 5-player units run up, down, off, keep the pressure going. But they each are trying to take advantage of the advantages that gives them playing that style. And I'm a little surprised that neither team has been able to generate a bit more transition. Both teams, you can see the commitment, though, to transition defense as they get back, make sure they're getting the forwards off the floor, get the defenders out, take away those transition chances.
And we welcome you in as we get set for the third period final in regulation of the 2024 provincial champion for women's Major Series Lacrosse. It is so great to be joined alongside Stephen Stamp. I'm Daniela Ponticelli. We have Carrie on our scoreboard, Allison on the camera, a small but mighty crew. And we thank you, the viewer, for tuning in, for being part of this, the first ever live streaming of WMSL. So thank you as well, Stephen, because you really are the engine behind this. So thank you so much.
It's so much fun to be part of. I love to see the women's game growing. Thanks to Carissa John and the Islanders, Niagara Turtle Islanders, for giving us this opportunity to be a part of things and to bring this to you. And we're so happy that people are able to join us. And we've got any of the internet issues we had. I'm going to knock on wood. Rolling pretty well so far in this game.
And this is a big face-off here to get things going in the third period. Avery Morgan Huff for Whitby in the blue. Wins it for the Rush. Possession, of course, is key, but also capitalizing. When you've got the good looks and the chances and the aces, wow, do they come out flying in the second period.
Rachel Lepine just flung that one down the floor. You do have to get over center into the offensive zone in 10 seconds when you're shorthanded. She knew they weren't going to get there. She just tossed it until it killed a bit of time.
Of course, the power play continuing here for the Aces. Started at the end of the second period, running back around, taking another shot at it, is Erin Roach diving over top Julia DeRock.
And that look off, I think Erin Rooney was really selling the pass there, and then because she knew that lane was opening up for her.
20 seconds. The Aces get it fresh 30. Back down now to Tori Verbeek. She's fired it over to Rooney. What a shot. A no-look shot at that. Gives Esme Hodson a chance here. Esme Hodson with a goal. She got the equalizer earlier. Hard off the end boards. Back out. Kylie Sullivan tracking that scoop. Oh, but right into the possession of the Rush. That's Rachel Lepine. Nicole Poole now settling it. Even the crowd kind of settling into this, knowing what's at stake.
The crowd's been really loud into it. There's that moment of sudden silence.
We are back at even strength. Jordan Dean back out on the floor. Immediately having an impact and getting a shot on Ashley Price. Back the other way. Battle near the near wall. Coming through, looking for space, can't find it. 10 seconds remain. Pressure to the outside, though. Makes it hard for the Aces to connect.
The 30 will expire, and yeah, we've seen Arthur really gets out defensively with lots of pressure. Whitby has sometimes sat back a little bit more, but you can see, especially late in the shot clock, they are on hands, out on everybody.
And that's Captain Jamie Wright doing the work in the middle. Setting up Katie DeSnew with a screen. Covered up by the stick there of Price.
That is the patented Katie DeSnew high toe drag to the sidearm sweep shot, and Price had to be alert.
Now just trying to get down deep into the attack zone here. The Aces quick with it. Just as quickly a turnover gives the Rush some life. Little spark. Chloe Tapper with the moves. Jordan Dean collecting it in her feet. The Aces get it back. Now a chance. Abby Clayton driving, takes the shot. Collected into the glove there of DeRock.
Abby Clayton had that. I thought as she looked, she's like, I'm 1-on-2. She looked like she's going to run it into the corner. Sharp change of direction to try and get there. Finds a little lane that let her get that shot off. Really nice little misdirection play in the hard left-hand step.
Haley Gallant now running for it, but she set up this play here for the Rush. She also has a goal in the game already as time is winding down. 5 seconds remain here for the Rush to get the shot off. I believe it will expire. It does. There's the buzzer. Possession now. Chance for Verbeek. She fires it over. There's the shot. Shrugged off. Taylor Collins. So quick.
Nice job by the Rush to get out on Collins. They know how dangerous she is.
Another chance here. This time the Aces right in front. Hoping to go cross crease there. Divert some attention.
Huge save by Julia DeRock. Verbeek wide open on top of the crease.
Just stares her down. Lepine with speed. Entering the attack zone now. Plenty of time, 15 seconds here.
Lepine peels out. She loves to run around behind the net. I thought she was going to make the full circuit.
We've got Desnoo calling for it down low. It's Milburn. Oh, she was hoping to go behind the back.
Love the attempt. She had, I think, stepped in the crease before she even got rid of the shot. But what a creative play as she started to spin one way, spun back the other.
You don't get style points, but you do get style cred, okay? You get style cred on the stream. We love to see it from all sides. Chloe Tapper really getting into the mix here for the Whitby Rush, number 3. Oh, what a strip by Kendra Orr. Not today.
The trail check from Orr after she'd been at the other end, coming open, had the pass come to her, and I think got a little overexcited, kind of stabbed at the pass because she wanted to get it and get ready to shoot, and did not slow down, just got up ahead of steam. Gorgeous trail check.
Nicole Poole jogging it in just to let one go. What a nice switch up there. Just change of pace, seems to go slow and steady, and then fires one.
Stay with us post-game. We will have the player of the game presentations and the presentation of the championship trophy. Right now, the Whitby Rush feel like they have their fingers just touching the trophy.
Not over till it's over, and Delaney Keene will have something to say about that. Great shot attempt there by number 77 for the Aces.
The Aces just want to grab those Whitby hands and pull them back. Get those fingers off our trophy.
The thing is, time just keeps winding down. We're already within the final 9 minutes of this third period. Whitby in control. Taylor Milburn, she's been chomping at the bit for a goal. That one fired just wide. Haley Gallant scoops it up. Side shot there.
Just trying to beat the 30-second clock, but nobody down fighting for a rebound. So basically just getting it deep to get the defense out.
The Aces need both patience and urgency at the same time, needing to maintain control, but just a quick stick there by Dean does the trick to completely disarm the Aces, although they do get the ball back. Time winding down, 5 seconds, and it's a loose ball. Scooped up, they got to get the shot off, and they won't.
And that was, I mean, Maya Price getting a stick on the stick of Taylor Collins is so dangerous and just got the very end of the head.
Here comes Jordan Dean. She'll take another angle, one we haven't seen yet in this game. A little bit of a lower attempt. It does keep the ball in possession here for the Rush.
Taylor Collins trying to make some great defensive effort there against Dean.
Back out to right, the captain slowing down. 16 seconds. Fired from distance. Clemens, she's got a goal already. Seeing all kinds of sports popping up here. Now back to the attack, and the Aces with some time to set up if they're allowed or if they can break through. As they do, Shauna Terpstra doing such great work to pressure Haley Spies, getting that from behind to dislodge the ball. 5 seconds. Oh, into the possession of Rachel Lepine. She'll cradle, flips it over.
Love the awareness of Rachel Lepine as she comes across center in the restraining line to recognize that Haley Spies is right there on her.
Oh, Gallant was hoping perhaps even just for a little tip in by Milburn. Down low now, another chance. Oh, and it's kept out. It is kept out. It was this close from our vantage.
Hits the post, close to the inside of the post, almost goes the other way. Ashton Price able to get it before it can do any damage.
She doesn't seem nearly as stressed as you do, Steven, when the ball is right on the line.
She is very poised.
Another chance for the Aces, the crowd rallying behind their team. Aaron Rooney, little touch there. But the Whitby Rush so effective at allowing that time to expire on that 30-second clock. Clemens with the feed up to Desnoo. An immediate pressure from two. Aaron Rooney sticking to her like glue. But cutting in front. Oh, that was some great stealthy moves from DeSnoo to Poole. An even better stop there by Ashley Price.
Yeah, didn't stay stealthy once Nicole Poole had it. She just barged her way through. We've seen her use her size and strength. We're going to have a ref's timeout to let the goalies go and get some water.
And this is
Great
why I
call
am
there.
not a goaltender.
Yeah, I'm not a goaltender because you have to put on all that gear. It's really uncomfortable, and it's hard to know where the ball is, where your net is.
I'd be caught out
tough.
on those sneaky moves all the time.
Yeah.
I know I say that as someone with zero training, so I'm sure a little bit of effort goes a long way. Thank you to everyone joining us. We are live from the Meridian Credit Union Arena in beautiful Niagara-on-the-Lake, Ontario. It is a balmy day inside this venue right now. We feel for the athletes who have been so tremendous. They haven't let up pace at all, and we are approaching the final 5 minutes. Championship on the line. Can't say that enough. Of course, the Whitby Rush are the reigning, defending provincial championships. They did finish their 2024 regular season campaign as the WMSL champions as well. So Delaney Keene will look to cut through. They got to get one by Duroc.
Brian Shuskowski saying they didn't actually get the Becky Smith trophy presented at the banquet last night because it was left here at the arena. He said, you know what, we wouldn't have touched it anyway. They didn't touch it last year. You wait until the end of the playoffs. He said, we're a superstitious group. We would not be touching that trophy until the season's over.
Superstitions run deep so far. Now Jamie Wright, she lets one go, catches the shoulder there of Price. Oh, what an effort by Ayaka Hamaji. Oh, and jumping right on it, though, Jordan Dean. Delaney Keene flips it over to Abby Clayton. 15 seconds here for the Aces. She'll feed it back out. Looking up. What a release. Not quite. Stop short. Oh, but a quick strip. Keeps
Love the defensive
in.
pressure from Avery Morgan Huff, number 20 for Whitby, getting out on hands. You could hear the stick-on-stick check that affected that shot.
Overall, a really clean game as well. Yes, there have been a couple power plays, but much better for both teams coming out of their semifinals this morning. Games in which they both shut out their opponents. This game has delivered a total of 6 goals combined, but it is the Whitby Rush with a 4-2 edge. We're now within 3.5 minutes. And we have a crucial timeout here just to take a breather.
Yeah, I believe Whitby is taking the timeout here. So they had to get that call because you only call timeout when you have possession or on the stoppage of play. So they get the call. Ryan Shuskowski gets that call in before play is started up again. We're 3:26 from the end of this game of regulation time. And again, the final 3 minutes are stop time. That can make a huge difference because if you get a goal, the clock doesn't keep ticking now once you get into the final 3 minutes. So that can make a big difference.
We do want to note that Carly Wilson, we're just seeing number 16 for Whitby Rush, does not have a helmet on. It was just left and came back out on the bench. So she's on the bench. She's just holding her low back. Keep an eye on that. She was so key for them earlier on in the game, but a decent lead here for Whitby. They cannot, if they want to go home with this, they can't relent. Arthur Aces have been so good, just making those adjustments. They'll surprise you. And they're just a really good team. We're really seeing two great teams in this championship final.
Carly Wilson not putting her helmet on still. She did come from the dressing room back out to the bench, but it looks like just to be there to support her teammates at this point, she is not strapping on her bucket. Somebody's got to go get the ball for Arthur.
Do you want the ball? Yes, you do. 3 minutes, 29 seconds on
the Whitby fans are yelling, blow the whistle to start their 30 ticket.
They just wanted to wind down. But the Aces also coming with a strong contingent of fans, friends, and family. You love to see it. And they're setting up here. So we're back to even strength. Whoa, wow, collision, but the ball now, far corner, and it's loose.
Yeah, the extra attacker coming out for Arthur as Ashley Price had gone to the bench.
Apologies,
And,
not
no
even
worries.
strength. It was that divide there,
Extra,
6'5".
yeah. And Abby Clayton racing in as that extra player was open for that look, but again turned aside by Whitby.
Well, the Aces know they have to change something up here if they want to try to even things out. The time is not on their side.
What a play by Haley Price.
Wow.
Blocking Jordan Dean, causing the turnover, getting the ball.
Oh, but immediately Delaney Keene's effort just stopped short. It was a great team effort here by the Rush defensively to take it away.
That's
Keep it
twice
out of
we've
our
seen
reach.
Jordan Dean get stripped, come back, and get the ball right back for Whitby.
Makes it look so easy when it's not.
Yeah.
And the time approaching final 2 minutes here. Haley Gallant beating her matchup, carrying it all the way down. She'll feed it back out to Clemens. Clemens with a release. That was a hard shot off Price. But Delaney Keene, she's running, chasing down a potential breakaway opportunity, although the Rush already beating them down to the zone. Chance here for the Aces to let go. Both teams caught unaware. Just as quickly, though, Chloe Dapper going for it. It is really a race now. 1:30. An empty net, and it just leaps over. What a chance there. As the Aces laying her body on the line is Tori Verbeek. Or check that, it was actually Ayaka Hamaji doing the work for the Aces. No quit here, but the final minute approaches, and Whitby well within reach of that championship. Oh, what a snipe. It's turned wide.
Heads up play by Lauren White, one of the defensive leaders for the Rush. Knew the 30 was about to expire. Didn't try and pick it up, just blocked with her body.
And away we go. Just a strong feed up. Jordan Dean hoping to reach Clemens, who was cutting in behind coverage. Clemens pushing her way through, now Gallant.
Great decision not to shoot there. Hang on to it, possession, and time ticking are your friend.
Time is on the side of the Whitby Rush here, and the crowd. So there's the attempt to reach. We will hear the buzzer go, but there's just 18.8 seconds left. It is stop time because of that closeness and score, but we're right back to it, and the Arthur Aces doing what they can. Tori Verbeek has been tremendous for her team, along with Keene. There's the shot off of Durock, bouncing out. What a collision, though. And that was a tough hit there. Just over 5 seconds remaining. Not what anyone wants to see, but Jordan Dean providing some support there for her opponent.
Love to see that. Jordan Dean giving a tap saying, I did not mean to do it. Zoe Benoit says, I know, we're all good.
So Jordan Dean will finish this game in the penalty box. So that's one way to watch your team wrap up a successful title defense. The game not done yet as the Aces get one more look. It's bounced out. And the Whitby Rush are your 2024 Women's Major Series Lacrosse Provincial Champions. Back to back, they get it done undefeated through the tournament. Heartbreak for the Arthur Aces. However, what an effort from this team. They rallied back for that 2-2 tie. Unable to cut through the wall that is Julia Durock.
And everyone from Whitby runs into the goaltender except for Ryan Schutzkowski's wife, who has the baby, the 5-day-old baby Kane in her arms, who comes out carefully and cautiously, and everyone hugs her very gently. What an experience.
Oh, wow.
I don't know that Kane's going to remember this, Seems
No,
unlikely, but what an experience to someday be able to say you were there for the back-to-back championship. We're going to have the player of the game presentations from, I believe it'll be John Dalglish, the commissioner, doing it, and then the presentation of the trophy and the medals. And oh my goodness.
it was an incredible battle. We expected back and forth. We got that. And the Whitby Rush, when they were able to really push the pace, they did. They were able to cut through. Ashley Price, tremendous effort from the Arthur Aces goalkeeper. And so Whitby dominated Peterborough to start things, got the first win over the Arthur Aces 7-5 yesterday. So this is a huge improvement when you look at a 4-2 victory. This time the Aces definitely learned those lessons, regroup, did not play the sloppy game, Stephen, that you said some of the coaches acknowledged that had been played in that game, and it resulted in this very tight final that went the way of the defending provincial champions.
Fantastic effort, like you said, both ways. And I just want to say thank you again to Allison Harding on the camera, to Carrie McMaster, my lovely and talented bride, on the scoreboard and stream monitoring. So glad we stayed up. And Daniela Ponticelli, what a thrill to get to call a game with you finally.
This is so fun.
So fun. And I think we have you hooked.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I love lacrosse. I've always loved it, but this was really special to get to share this. And we will now turn our attention to what is happening down on the floor. Delaney Keene, so deserving of this player of the game for her team. Lots of goalie love for Julia Durock. Somewhere in the crowd, her mom, Jolene, dad, James, and dog Luna. Happy to see her.
Luna in particular,
yes.
Excited for Julia. And she gets back-to-back player of the games. Boy, there was some competition for Whitby for that award this time. I thought Jordan Dean was fantastic.
Highlight reel stuff from so many of these players.
Good point. Not sure if you can hear John Dalglish, but he pointed out this is now the last four provincial champions back-to-back for Whitby. Before that, back-to-back for Arthur.
Wow. So you're really looking at just two very elite programs, championship caliber, really setting the bar, of course.
Need catch a little breath. They will be presenting the silver medals to Arthur Retch-Hollinshead, their head coach. Has to be so proud of the women on this team. Also, a quick thank you to the officials who are just leaving the floor, letting the players enjoy this moment. But without the officials, we can't play. Terrific job done by them throughout the weekend and throughout the season. There's such a challenge to have enough referees. It's such a difficult job. We have people leaving in droves. All kinds of credit to the ones who stick around and put this effort in. It's seldom appreciated. Everyone loves to hate the refs, but man, they put a lot into this.
Yeah, we talked about it throughout today as well, but the Niagara Turtle Islanders, phenomenal hosts, as the Arthur Aces are awarded. That is Avina Chambers getting her silver. And Stephen, you might need to put some shades on because that silver, the glint, it's glaring. It's absolutely wonderful to see Kylie Sullivan getting her silver medal. Some great sportsmanship, obviously. These players know each other so well.
They are sparkling of silver medals, but you know they're not the ones that Arthur wanted. They wanted to get back to the championship, and I think the Rush will find that the gold sparkles just as bright and more so.
You're just joining us. This is the conclusion of a fantastic tournament, the Women's Major Series Lacrosse. It was held at Meridian Credit Union Arena in Niagara-on-the-Lake in Ontario. And it is the Whitby Rush with a 4-2 final win to retain the title of provincial champions over the Arthur Aces.
And Danielle, I know you were obviously part of the coverage of the Olympics doing the 3-on-3 basketball from Paris, which was so exciting. I had a great time listening to your call games. Carrie and I were watching and had so much fun listening to you play. It's great to be on the mic with you for this. But you captured your breath and get back out here. And man, we're seeing there's similarities obviously between lacrosse and
Always.
basketball in the defense, especially the offense, the way it plays. But man, the effort from these players
And
just
the amount of
spectacular.
times when I find myself speechless because it's just so great to see. These are such elite athletes putting it all out there. And you just know come next season, it's going to be even better, right? It's always just getting better. And we have some great all stars on both of these teams as well. All stars and as well women who will get to compete in the very first World Box Lacrosse Championship Women's.
Yes.
Happening in Utica, New York towards the middle to the end of September. And that really is a first time. Gives you chills. It's going to be incredible.
10 teams representing 10 nations. And 5 of those nations have players taking part in this tournament this weekend. You mentioned the All-Stars, the goaltenders, Julia Duroc for Whitby, obviously fantastic. And we saw Emily Van Dam for Peterborough earlier. The defenders, Kylie Sullivan from this Arthur team, number 24, just outstanding. Sarah Udding from Kingston, who was telling me after their last game, I don't know if I can keep doing this. I'm getting old. I said, no, you can keep doing it.
Please keep doing it.
They're
We
affiliating
plead
with
with you.
Nepean, and they've got a bunch of kids coming from the Nepean U22 team. She's saying, so hopefully we get a bunch of them to play. And I said, yeah, fresh legs, you can just keep playing. She's like, I don't know if I can do it. I'm like, just play every other shift. You don't have to play all the time like you do. Mel Felice from Mississauga and Maya Price from Whitby. We saw today, number 8, one of their alternate captains.
Yeah, those
what a
are the
performance.
defensive all-stars there. And then in transition, is it any surprise Tori Verbeek from this Arthur team? But here we will just take a pause as the Whitby Rush begin their medal reception. Started there with Clemens and then moving right on to Kendra Orr and Chloe Tapper. But yeah, to continue on in transition as well, Stephen.
Mequan Tulpin, one of the all-time players in this game. She has represented Ontario. She has represented the Haudenosaunee Nationals and will be on their team for the World Championship. She has represented Belgium in field lacrosse. She has represented all of her heritage, and she is great in every facet of the game, in the box, on the field, and one of the all-time ambassadors for women's lacrosse, for box lacrosse in general. Just love to see Mequan Tulpin with another one. And Nicole Peroni, we saw how awesome she was in our game earlier.
And that was just a 2-0 win. I say just because it was such a monumental effort by the Lakers to keep Whitby to 2 goals, but also the fact that Whitby was able to shut out Peterborough when they had such strong play throughout.
And again, Peterborough's first year back in the league after about an 8 to 10 year absence. So huge for them to get into the Final Four. The offensive all-stars, we saw Claire Johnston from Kingston earlier, another team in their first year. She was outstanding. Erica Evans from Mimico, who will be one of the key players for Canada at the Worlds. And the final all-star, Katie DeSnew, who we saw today what she can do and why she is also a part of that Team Canada.
The Whitby Rush, we talked about Ryan Schutzkowski being a brand new dad this week and then now adding a championship to his resume with the team.
It's not a bad week.
Not a bad week at all. Maybe time to get a little rest.
He's a great coach. This team loves him and what he's put into the Whitby Rush. And that was Carissa John handling the trophy. And again, shout out to her for everything she has done to make this weekend happen, leading this Niagara hosting effort that has been fantastic.
And if you couldn't hear the words, the words of Commissioner John Dalgleish.
Yeah, sorry, of the Becky Smith Trophy to the captain of Whitby, that is Jamie Wright, getting it. Becky Smith was a an inspirational player. He was pointing out John Douglas, one of the best players this league has ever seen. I tell you, she was playing when I was helping coach Peterborough, and she was terrifying. She was so good. And now, the provincial championship. That was the regular season trophy. Now, the league championship.
And they've got all of their captains there coming in close, celebrating, getting ready to hoist once the pictures are taken.
It's Jamie Wright is the captain. From left to right, that's Maya Price, Sasha McDonald, Jamie Wright, and Katie DeSnew, the captain's group. And they are going to celebrate. They'll get that banner that you see over on the table. What a performance by the Whitby Rush. Great performance by the Arthur Aces as well. And just a lot of fun.
And the celebration continues on the floor, and it's a big one. Head coach Schutzkowski with the banner, I guess just taking care of it while the team passes around the trophy. There's some sweet doggy love there. What a sweetheart.
Wearing
that is not
the Rush
Luna.
jersey. That's not Luna.
Yeah, that's not Luna. That's another sweet pup. Okay. That's
I think
the
that's
best.
Maya Price's family dog.
Look at the smiles from everyone as they now hold up their fresh championship banner, taking a bite of their medals. Well deserved.
Oh, my goodness. Daniela, thank you so much for coming and being with us. This has been so much fun. Great lacrosse, great intensity. What a day to be here in the Meridian Credit Union Arena in Niagara-on-the-Lake. You can see it's when they win, the championship ends, they go and they have that excitement, and you can see the energy is up. And by now, after they've had the presentation, they look knackered.
Oh, yes.
They have spent it all.
They have played it all out on the floor. This is what it's for. It's for the championship. It's what they came here for. They did have, in some ways, a well-earned easier road. You still have to get the wins, but they only have to play their 2 games. That being said, there were 4 other teams initially in the same boat too. And it was really the Rush able to capitalize on that A side to fly through undefeated on the weekend, and very appropriate music being played right now.
We are the champions, of course, over the loudspeakers. As you said, we are going to wrap things up and leave you just with some video of this team celebrating, enjoying this championship. Daniela, thank you so much for being with us. Last words for you for the day.
Just wanted to say thank you to all of the incredible athletes. Phenomenal games. You're exactly what you come for on a semifinal and championship Sunday. And thank you to all of our viewers who tuned in on the live stream, who are watching back these incredible moments. Enjoy it, soak it all in, and let's get ready for next year.